Made man, baby, baby.
Wanna be a hero, I wanna be a hero. Yeah, alright. All them other guys, they are not heroes. Sit them on the sideline, we got to go. I got a couple spots by the island goes. The finest good as ours, or the finest clothes. You ever do a day, cause it's time to pause. She light up like an angel from her eyes and toes. 120 miles down the highway roads. Then I take cold, I'm your hero. Travel around the globe, but it's solo though. Need someone to hold who is gullible. Need a hero. When we take a ride, it's a whoa. Leaning out the side, take a photo though. I wanna be a hero to you.
Quiero ser el héroe tuyo.
And you can tell me where to go to.
Y vamos a viajar el mundo.
Cause I wanna be a hero to you.
Mamacita, eres hermosa, sos una diosa.
I know you want a hero for you in your life. You can see the sky, I can see your eye. You and me tonight, be alive. This could be your life, say it be alright. Do or die, you can feel the vibe, you can see the rise. But I need to see a sign, breathe and kiss and fly. Mamacita, eres toda para mí, eres única. Eres única, y mamacita, ven aquí para mí, eres única. Eres única. I wanna be a hero to you.
Quiero ser el héroe tuyo.
And you can tell me where to go to.
Y vamos a viajar el mundo.
Cause I wanna be a hero to you.
Mamacita, eres hermosa, sos una diosa.
I know you want a hero for you in your life.
Mami, en el rojo. Me andan diciendo que estás buscando un héroe. Vámonos. Que te saca a pasear todos los sábados en el rojo. Hermosa. Quiero que sepa que eres la mujer más hermosa que he conocido en mi vida. Un beso. Quiero viajar el mundo y hacerte reír todos los días al amanecer. Preciosa. Solo dime dónde quieres ir. Y viajamos first class. Let go.
Mamacita, eres toda para mí, eres única. Eres única. Y mamacita, ven aquí para mí, eres única. Eres única. I wanna be a hero to you.
Quiero ser el héroe tuyo.
And you can tell me where to go to.
Y vamos a viajar el mundo.
Cause I wanna be a hero to you.
Mamacita, eres hermosa, sos una diosa.
I know you want a hero for you in your life.
Since the creation of the internet, every industry has been turned upside down. Amazon changed retail. Uber changed transportation. YouTube changed video forever. With the invention of crypto, money is next. At the speed technology is growing, the future of money and securities are digital. 9 out of 10 millennials do not trust banks. The value of money relies on trust. Government debt is higher than it's ever been before. Central banks continue to print money. Fortunately, the world has a new solution. Experts predict in 7 years, 10% of the world's economy will be in crypto-based assets. Today, 1 billion people have access to the financial industry. Crypto is about empowering the other 6 billion people by banking the unbanked. Do not underestimate this. Do you wish you invested in Google, Amazon, or Netflix before anyone ever knew about them? $1,000 invested in Netflix turned to over $500,000. At Token Metrics, we help you find the next Netflix. Token Metrics users think differently about investing. They are early adopters looking for financial freedom. They are people who see a better world. A world without international borders. We believe in a world where everyone has access to the next financial revolution. At Token Metrics, we are creating a bridge that gets you to that revolution. We will help you make sound investments in this new world. The world's best investors do not rely on their intuition. They embrace technology and AI to invest. Token Metrics uses AI to find invisible patterns in data to help you invest and trade in crypto. In the past, we have used our data-driven system to achieve financial freedom. Now, we are giving you the keys. We created Token Metrics to be the only platform you'll ever need to make money in crypto. We give you AI and access to crypto experts at the best price. The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Disclaimer. Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
All right. Happy Sunday, crypto family. Ian Bellina, your host. Wow. I mean, Yearn Finance, YFI is on fire. Unbelievable. It's at $35,000. We're here to give you our analysis, our TA, our price predictions, and answer your questions. So be sure to tune in. As usual, this is being streamed out to YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, to all our crypto family all over the world. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you to our crypto family over there. We're on the cusp of breaking 10K subs. So thank you to everyone out there. We have about 250 left. So if you haven't yet joined us on YouTube, be sure to go to Token Metrics YouTube channel and subscribe. Because as a reward, I think we'll basically do a promo and give away one free Token Metrics account once we cross 10K. So if you haven't yet had a chance to join Token Metrics, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. All right, so promo out there. Okay, Bill, how are you?
Ian, I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, I mean, how's your week?
Well, I mean, crypto's in the green. I'm doing well. I'm healthy and safe. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean, crypto's doing well, which is always good. I mean, obviously, the world is kind of going through other things, and we definitely do empathize with people. But I mean, crypto is here to transform the world. Crypto is here for economic empowerment, and I think crypto is really the hero, right? So the intro of this show was heroes. Well, I think crypto is here to save the day, right? No matter where you are in the world, whether you're in America, Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, crypto is here to save the day, right? Crypto, blockchain, being decentralized is here to save the day. In today's show, we have lots and lots of things to cover. So if you have any questions, go to Menti. Let me pull up the code here. Go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 5591381. That's 5591381 to post your question. So this is going to be a jam-packed show. So let me just kind of pull up the agenda here. All right. So as usual, we have shout outs. We'll give you updates on Token Metrics. Bill will go through and kind of show you how he, as an analyst, goes through and is using Token Metrics to become a better investor. Then we'll have Crypto Showdown. We have two heavyweights. One of them is Yearn, and the other, stay tuned. Then we have Question of the Day, right? Then we have Crypto Therapy, right? So thank you to everyone who has called in and basically asked your questions via voicemail. We think this part really kind of makes it more interactive, because now anybody on the stream and those who watch the content afterwards, they can now really kind of get to see the other crypto family members here, right? So very, very proud for that. And then we have the AMA, right? So as mentioned, any questions you have, Bill and I will be here to answer that. And with that being said, let's actually go back. Apologies. Let me see if I missed anything. And as usual, this is not financial advice. This is not investment advice. We're just sharing our opinion. With that being said, let's go to shoutouts. So, and just give me a second as I pull it up here. We already have a pretty active stream. Okay. All right. What's up, Ydaz of Annie? What's up? The Wolf of Main Street. He's talking about Parsec. Okay. Falcon Swap. YFV to the moon. Okay. What's up, LFC Trees? Jose Nunez. What's up? Greetings. Soli Bob. What's up? Acropolis. Okay. Dale. What's Raphael? What's up? Dragon Ball Crypto. Crypto Family. Great day for some crypto content. Hope you're doing well too. Yeah, doing well. What's up, Ann? Ann on Periscope and Twitter. House of P Zane XRP. What's up? Absolutely. Crypto Mr. Gold. What's good, broski? Johan Lim, morning from Melbourne, Australia. What's up? Hope you're doing well in the land down under. Okay, all right. So question of the, so we're curious just to kind of bring more engagement in the live stream. So post whether you, no matter where you are, whether on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, post down in the comments what's been your most profitable investment this week. Has it been Yearn Finance? Has it been Polkadot? Has it been UMA? Has it been whatever cryptocurrency has made you the most gains this week? Please share with our crypto family down in the comments below. Right? Let's share the love. Let's spread and share our gains. All right. With that being said, let me go on to the next part of the show. Just give me a second here. Everything really is live. Okay. All right. So in other news, quick update. First of all, thank you, crypto family. I mean, this is kind of beginning to sound like a broken record, but Token Metrics has blown up again this month. So last month was our best month. This month is now topped last month. I mean, so for perspective, Token Metrics has grown over 180% this month. I mean, so we've almost 3x'd. We've almost tripled this month. I mean, so it is insane. So, I mean, the secret is now out. People love AI. AI and crypto are really kind of two innovations that we think people have been waiting to tie together, right? And we think we're bringing both cryptocurrencies, which we think is the future, plus AI, which we think is the future, and giving retail investors an edge. We're giving retail investors an edge to a point where they can compete and kind of, as Bill said, have their own research shop and compete with hedge funds and VCs and smart money, right? We're leveraging AI to make crypto investors smart money, right? And I think the fact that our platform is now really going viral is incredible, right? So we can't do what we do without you. So thank you, crypto family. Thank you for everything that you do. I mean, very, very just proud with because it's not that we're just bringing AI and crypto together, but the feedback, right? Because we're always taking feedback from the community, trying to make the platform better. Our NPS score is over 40, which is pretty high, right? So that means people really love the product. So thank you for everything that you do, right? With that being said, Bill, anything to add to that, to our crypto family?
Friends, very simply, we appreciate your business. And we are here for you to guide you and to enjoy the ride.
Yeah. And those gains.
That's right.
Okay, all right. So without further ado, let me keep it moving here. Okay, so next segment is basically how does Bill use crypto? I mean, how does Bill use Token Metrics to become a smarter investor, right? Because Bill is already one of the smartest investors out there, right? But now, kind of, how does he? So now we'll cover how Bill takes both the AI and his wisdom in investing and working in Wall Street to really give him an edge. So Bill, off to you.
Okay, so let's start with a chart. All right, so here's Ian's favorite chart: total altcoin market cap. Okay, now we have a double bottom down here, meaning altcoins as a whole, big ones, made two bottoms, and now they've taken out this peak. Now, that means there is much more upside in both probably the big and the small coins, like a lot more, like this much more. Okay. Now, with ETH moving today, frankly, I'm expecting a bigger breakout. So which bigger coins look interesting? Okay, now let's start with this. I noticed that people have been asking me, you know, what can I hop on that would do well if alts go up a lot? And what could I get in if Bitcoin goes up a lot? Because Bitcoin going up is not always good for alts. Well, I just so happened to stumble on the fact that our TA grade right here for Bitcoin Cash is almost 90%. Okay. And when I went back and I looked at the chart of Bitcoin Cash, okay, I was like, check this out. Bitcoin Cash looks like it is about to break through a diagonal resistance. Now, what's my point here? Our AI has its own style. So I treat the AI as if we're a colleague making a presentation in like a trading war room. And it always seems like our AI likes it when something goes from consolidation and dips and then goes to trend. Okay. In other words, RTA indicators like to catch things before they move. So I thought this Bitcoin Cash was really interesting, okay, as a way to use, say, take the TA score and then look at the chart and maybe have one idea that goes with it. All right, now there's a second part. All right, now we're going to test how good I am at doing navigation on camera. So I like to sometimes be a little bit of a contrarian, okay? When I worked at another investment bank, that bank used to rate stocks objectively using a quant system from like A to D. And we used to say in a bull market, you want to buy the Ds, because if something develops and they get trending, a lot of people can rush in and buy. All right. So I went to Token Metrics and I said, okay, maybe there's something with our monthly TA indicator. Like maybe there's a list of things that they don't look so good now, but maybe the TA indicator is going to kick in at some point. So I looked at the TA indicator when it was high, and I wanted to look at, I don't know, what are the hidden technical analysis gems? So I went to the monthly TA trend indicator on our rankings and I picked bearish and I hit apply filter. Okay. Now look what comes up: Matic, Helium, Cardano, Zilliqa, Compound, and Stellar. Okay. Now these are all big coins, and I'm not going to kill you with the charts of all of them, but they're all big cap alts. Remember that first chart of altcoin market cap breaking out? Well, there are a lot of big coins that could transition from bearish to bullish. All right. So that means that even though like Yearn Finance is mooning and there's a lot of stuff that's mooning, there's a lot of stuff that isn't. Right. So if this crypto party was a college party, a lot of people think maybe it's 1 a.m. and I'm thinking maybe it's 11:30 p.m. and we got another 2.5 hours. So that's how I would use Token Metrics today.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so let's check in here with our audience and see how we're doing. Okay, all right. So people are talking about Unipower, Polkadot, my biggest gainer. what is the next crypto to do as well as Wi-Fi so I can put all my chickens in? Well, definitely don't put all your chickens into one crypto. But I mean, we do have Token Metrics to help you with that. Hey, what's up, Ilya? Welcome, welcome. Luna Crush does the same for free. Luna Crush is sentiment analysis, and they're kind of different because they basically give you data, right? They give you kind of what's trending. Ours is kind of based more on different factors, right? So we do fundamental analysis, we do technical analysis, code reviews, we have price predictions based on AI, so totally different things. What's up, Hubert? Arturo, what's up? James, what's up? Wow, full house, full house. So definitely be sure to smash the like button and post in the comments what cryptocurrency has given you the biggest gains this week, right? So definitely do share with our Token Metrics family. Okay, all right, now back to what everyone is pretty much here for. So it's time for us to go into Crypto Showdown. All right, so it's time for Crypto Showdown. So, what cryptocurrency do you think has more upside in the short term? So I'm not saying in the long term, I'm saying in the short term. We'll define short term as then basically in September, right? In September, what cryptocurrency do you think will give you the most gains as a short term trade? Is it Bitcoin? Or is it what people are now referring to as the Bitcoin of DeFi? Is it Yearn Finance, YFI? So we want our Token Metrics family to tell us what they think. This is based purely on your engagement. So go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 5591381. That's 5591381. And tell us, what cryptocurrency do you think has more upside? So Bill, from your perspective, based on the TA, kind of go through Bitcoin TA and go through Yearn TA and kind of tell us what do you think has more upside.
Okay, let's start with Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So nothing is happening in Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean something can't happen. And here's what I mean. If you look at a 2-day chart of Bitcoin, and as Ian said, the show is live, so bear with me. Okay, so if you look at a 2-day chart of Bitcoin, there's a lot of good things happening. There's a head and shoulders bottom, which is, that's an attempt by bears to push something down 3 times and then it doesn't work. And Bitcoin is also just sitting on top of a diagonal point that it broke, came back, and retested. Okay? So Bitcoin in many ways is a bird on a wire getting ready to fly. Now, of course, as altcoin people, we're not going to get upset at all if Bitcoin hangs out, because that allows alts to moon. If I switch over to Yearn and other alts, right? There are a couple charts that you need to look at in the Bitcoin universe. And this is probably the most incredible chart. It's Bitcoin dominance, right? And if you look at this arrow over here, you can see how sharply Bitcoin dominance rose in the summer of 2019. And if you just move the arrow over here, it looks like it's just going to go straight down to 55. So all these altcoins from Ethereum on down can just smoke higher, right? I'm not saying anything's wrong with Bitcoin, but they can just go up a lot more than Bitcoin can. All right. Now, when we look at Yearn, to me, this looks like your classic mega FOMO, right? Like, I'll draw it for you on the screen. When it's so unbelievable that it knocks your socks off, it's probably come to a conclusion, right? Mm-hmm. So, this Gann structure looks pretty interesting to me. When you have a rally that's this big particularly when it had already mooned earlier. Let's put it that way. Elliott guys can call that a 5 wave, right? Where, this level of excitement regarding Yearn Finance, particularly since it went way farther, way faster than anybody would have imagined. To me, it says take the money. And every time we hear that this is the next Bitcoin, like we heard that in Ampleforth at $3 a unit, even though it was a $1 coin.
Yeah.
And then we heard it at 60 cents. Everybody was like taking the sharp objects out of the kitchen. Now it's back to $1. So you got to be careful of, it has 2017 Bitcoin price action, right? Mm-hmm. But it's kind of paid, like after you made the money, like say in a chain link, it's paid to try to go find the next thing, whether it's Ether, Cardano, or whatever your next thing might be.
Yeah, well said, well said. I mean, so kind of to kind of borrow a phrase from your book, we're basically rotating, right? So this week was YFI, last week was Polkadot, the week prior to that was Chainlink. So it seems like every single week in crypto, there's an altcoin of the week, right? And right now, I don't think it really makes sense to kind of fall in love with any particular altcoin, especially if it's a short-term trade. But I mean, kind of putting the trading aside, I mean, so if somebody was asking, have we kind of known that YFI was going to do this well? I don't think anybody would have known it would do this well. Now, our developers did do a code review and basically share that with our private group, the Pro plan, basically early last month or so. I would say about 1 month ago. So our developers loved YFI, right? So from a purely technology perspective, if you go to Token Metrics and check out the code review, let me see if I can pull it up here. Right, so YFI is legit, right? It is legit as it gets, right? So technology-wise, 87%, right? So from a purely code-based perspective, it is great technology, right? So the hype, in a way, is real, right? The fundamentals are improving because it is a brand new project, but that's kind of given, right? Fundamentals take time to kind of build up, but purely from a code perspective, it is the real deal. Its tech score would make it one of the, I believe, top 10 projects out there, right? And right now, it's at a top 30, top 25. Yeah, right now it's 22 based on market cap, right? So, I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if Yearn Finance shot all the way up to being top 15. I mean, if things get really, really crazy, even top 10, because looking at crypto.com, yes, it's a good coin, but I mean, YFI is leading the DeFi race, right? So imagine if it catches up to Chainlink, right? And I think, honestly, that is possible, right? The way things are going, obviously, there's massive FOMO, but purely looking at YFI from a technology standpoint, we think the tech is even better than Chainlink based on our ratings, right? Now, if we go to the AI price prediction, so if we switch over here, so our models have been kind of still trying to kind of keep up with it, right? So looking at the models in basically this month, our models had it here at basically 6,000 or so. We actually had it going higher, then it kind of pulled back here, and then it just quickly took off, right? And our models for now kind of have it basically going flat for the next month or so. Now, one thing to note, these are rolling price predictions, meaning that they update every time there's a new close, right? So this does not mean just check the price once, come back 1 month later and expect the prices not to change, because every time there's a daily close, that new close adds to the price prediction, right? Because it looks at past pricing data. It's not this. The price prediction does not look at TA, at technology, at fundamentals. It's based purely just on the price, right? So our AI models go through and try to predict where the price is going based on the past pricing history, right? So with every daily close, that gets added as a past price, and that could possibly impact the model, right? So that's why the models, in a way, do change, right? Because they're constantly rolling, trying to predict it in the future. But I mean, so far so good. Now, disclosure, I do own YFI as well, right? I got on board about 2 weeks ago through a liquidity pool, so I've kind of been going half and half with. I did everything through Zappify. I highly encourage you to check out that platform, especially if you're into DeFi, right? It's kind of, think of Zappify as your DeFi money magic, your DeFi broker in a way, right? Even though it's kind of just a platform and just a UI, but it lets you do lots of things without having to be a DeFi expert, right? So you can go there, search different pools, put Ether. It does the converting of your funds to different tokens. So I highly encourage you to check that out, right? And then let's go to Bitcoin. So here, just give me a second as I pull up BTC. So kind of as Bill mentioned, when it comes to BTC versus Yearn, right now we're basically in alt season, right? But BTC is also heating up, I would say, right? But the ratings we have are different than the actual price predictions, right? So right now our models basically have BTC still going sideways. So going sideways all the way till mid-September and possibly going down to 10,500. Right, so that's kind of it, right? So basically we have Bitcoin going sideways and then possibly tailing off, but definitely not crashing off a cliff. And then going back to Yearn, we have Yearn going kind of flat for now, right? So going back to Crypto Showdown and the question of the day, right? So the question of the day was, what cryptocurrency do you think has more upside in the short term? Okay, so it's close. It's close. But Bitcoin still wins. Bitcoin is still king. So, I mean, honestly, I could see why people would think Bitcoin could still do well, right? I definitely know most of our audience are not really big Bitcoin maximalists, right? Otherwise, they would not be watching this show, right? So, looks like people are very bullish on Bitcoin this month. Okay, anything to add to that, Bill? We can't hear you.
Okay, so the amazing thing about Bitcoin, when people are going to look back at the start of the DeFi era, is that Bitcoin gained kind of a royal status as like collateral, right? It was part of the collateral along with ETH in the DeFi revolution, okay? And then when it comes to the crypto market as a whole, each new play that moons, like I'm talking about something that goes from nowhere on the market cap chart and basically does what I would call, or we could call it chain link, right? Each one of these plays, Polkadot, right? Yearn, they get better and better from a technology and fundamental scoring standpoint, right? So yes, there is like the Uniswap moon of the day or 2 or 3 a week. Mm-hmm. So the casino's still open, but that's okay. That's fine, right? Because each big play gets better and better. And that means the whole market can continue to go up because as I said, you know, this sector rotation speaks to not only the health of the bull market, but how long it can go on, right? Crypto, we're used to like 3 to 6 months and then put your helmet on and hide under the desk. Whereas equities with the rotation, you know, that can be like multi-year.
Wow, incredible. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely great for crypto. And if you're trying to find what the next rotation could possibly be, we highly encourage you to check out Token Metrics. That's why we've made the platform. So be sure to check it out. We do have a discounted trial as well. So tell us what you think. Are you more bullish on Yearn next month, or are you more bullish on Bitcoin? Or maybe is it a different altcoin? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay, all right, great stuff. Okay, so, oh wow. So as soon as we say that, Yearn now is in the lead. So looks like our crypto family has a habit of these buzzer beaters after the clock is over. Okay, all right. Now moving on to the next topic. Okay, so now let's kind of open things up. So, question of the day. What is the top new DeFi project out there? Go to menti.com, menti.com to vote. Let us know. The code is 5591381. That's 5591381. And the options are Yearn Finance, The other option, Polkadot. Polkadot is also doing DeFi as well, followed by UMA, followed by Aave, followed by Curve token. Aave isn't technically new, but they did basically have a rebrand, and now they're in the process of really trying to become fully decentralized. So I kind of put them in there. But for the most part, all these other tokens are new tokens that have launched. Right? So these are new DeFi tokens. We know DeFi is hot. Everyone wants to talk about DeFi. So now kind of our thought is, tell us what cryptocurrency or token do you think is the top new DeFi token? Bill, so we've covered Yearn, and let's go through and kind of cover Aave, Polkadot, UMA, and Curve from a TA perspective, if you can.
Okay. Coming up.
Okay, so as you do that, be sure to smash the like button, share with our crypto family, share with your crypto family. We're on the cusp of breaking 10K subscribers on YouTube, so help us get there faster. And as mentioned, we'll be giving out an award. Basically a free 1-year plan. I would say probably the hardware plan to anybody who's on our channel on YouTube as a sub. Okay, all right, to you, Bill.
Okay, so Aave obviously has had an incredible run, right? Mm-hmm. And it ran into resistance at a GAN line after just absolutely mooning from like 50 cents to 80 cents. Now, if we maybe take the short-term picture, okay, mm-hmm. we're gonna see kind of the classic DeFi market, Uniswap, whatever, consolidation, where it makes a triangle. We actually saw this type of thing in Yearn, because when I pulled up the Yearn chart after Ian mentioned it, I was like, did we cover it? And he's like, yeah. And then I saw nothing but these triangle formations. Okay. So when you look at Aave, yes, it stopped at resistance, but I think it's getting ready again. Right. Again, it's all a part of this whole rotation game, right? It goes like Aave, Kava, and Ren. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, what was the next one you wanted to look at?
UMA, UMA. Yeah, I think we haven't covered that in a while, but we have talked about it.
Okay. So let me see. Let me just go to my other charting application for UMA.
Okay, all right, so as you pull that up, I can also kind of cover it here from a Token Metrics perspective. Okay, so yeah, so UMA is a project that we've actually covered before on the channel as one of our top DeFi projects that's new, right? So UMA has been on the move ever since Coinbase mentioned that they were exploring to list them. UMA is now in the top 30 market cap, right? It's up 40% today, right? So congrats to anybody who's made large gains on that. It's definitely a very unique project. Be sure to go to tokenmetrics.com to check out the full review on that. Then the other we covered, just give me a second here. Actually, prior to that, let me see if I can showcase what we have here on Token Metrics for UMA. So our models are saying right now TA is pretty much neutral. Then going to the price prediction for UMA. So everything is kind of in alignment since June. So our models are pretty neutral in September, right? So this kind of has UMA kind of going flat, but kind of as mentioned before, these are rolling price predictions and they update daily. So I would definitely kind of check this every few days just to see if there are any major updates, because right now UMA, especially if Coinbase ends up listing it, could really take off, right? So definitely kind of worth keeping an eye on that. Then let me know when you're ready, Bill.
Okay, coming up right here.
Okay.
Okay. So here's UMA. Okay, and this has like a chain linkish feel to it, right?
Oh wow, yeah.
So, okay, it's done some things to shake people out, right? Like this part here was really interesting because it looked like it was going to break out every day for 7 days. Then it sold off. Then everyone hated it. Then it went straight up. Okay. That's how you get big bull moves, because everyone misses it. Now with this, there's kind of an inclination to say, well, if it holds above 16, then it can go to 24. Right. And I'm beginning to develop a mindset, because that's where the next big GAN level on the 4-hour chart is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just starting to develop a mindset in crypto when it comes to long positions that something's got to move, right? There's going to be 1 or 2 radical moons of the week. So maybe UMA is a multi-week moon. I'm going to share something that I shared with somebody else earlier in the week or last week. If you're looking at it and you're in love with it and you've made so much money, you can't believe it, and you want to have the party while you still have the position on, sell. That's your AI, right? When you start to get right, but when you start to get emotional about it, that's when it's time to exit, right?
Yeah.
If you can still remain somewhat objective, then you're your own indicator as to whether or not it can go higher. I do know that anything that gets involved in DeFi, it takes turns, right? So it used, like I said, it was Aave, Kava, Ren. Now maybe you're going to start adding like, Polkadot, UMA, Chainlink, right? These things can take off 1, 2 at a time. And then I do think you're going to see like one big day where it all kind of goes up 25% in one day.
Yeah.
I do think that it's just, crypto just feels like it's building and building and building, right?
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Okay. So how about the others? So we had Polkadot, then we had Aave, we covered a Curve. So Polkadot and Curve.
All right. So let's go to Polkadot.
Okay.
Okay. So you know what? Polkadot's not that easy to figure out, believe it or not. It's not that easy. So a lot of people love this. A lot of people missed it. Okay. And that's probably why it's acting the way it is, because so many people missed it and they wanted to get in on it. But what I can do is be predictable and say that it's like pro sports or college sports. You run the play until it doesn't work anymore. Right?
You milk it.
Right. So I think Polkadot is making some sort of triangle formation. This is a 30-minute chart. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what's typical with these formations is that they shake people out, right? They frustrate people. And I think that's what's going on in Polkadot. And whenever we reach the max frustration point, which, ironically, we may have honestly right here. Okay. Because this looks kind of ugly. It looked like it was going to stop and go up, and then it just sort of went all red, and then it went all red again. So it's hurting people. And believe it or not, there is pain in bull markets. So Polkadot is sort of like grinding up everyone who missed it, unfortunately. And when those people give up, then I think it can go higher. Okay. Now, Curve was the next one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's try a 60-minute bar for Curve. Okay. Now, when it comes to Curve, I think you have something really unique going on. Okay. You've got this pattern where it's making this head and shoulders bottom, right? Which is really unusual because, you wouldn't expect this type of thing to be seen in a bull market because we've had it for quite a while. But this looks like something where if it really started to go up, it could just, it could go back where it came from. It could go back, it could go from 4 to 6.5 or 7. Right. Because, you look at it here and you're like, wow, it's gone up a lot. And then you look at it this way, it's like, oh no, wait a minute. Okay. So there's a ton of upside potential in Curve.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So there you have it. So now let's go back to our audience and just kind of share. I mean, so all these projects we've covered, just kind of give perspective. So all these are projects that have good technology grades, right? So these are definitely what we think are the cream of the crop when it comes to DeFi. Now go to tokenmetrics.com to check out the full tech grades and also the full overall grades and the full price predictions, but just kind of giving you perspective, right? So now back to the question of the day. So the top new DeFi project, wow, Polkadot. So Polkadot has been the winner. I think this is the second or third time, right? So definitely lots of interest when it comes to Polkadot. It does have the highest market cap out of all the projects here. So wow, YFI and Aave and Lend are tied in second place, very, very close, followed by UMA, followed by Curve Token, CRV. All right, so tell us down in the comments below, which cryptocurrency mentioned here do you think is the top new DeFi project, or do you think it's a cryptocurrency we haven't covered at all, right? Is there a cryptocurrency we've not mentioned? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay, all right. All right, so be sure to smash the like buttons. This stream is very, very active. Thank you to our crypto family. Let's check in here with our audience and see how we're doing. All right, let's take a look here. Ian, can Icon make a comeback? They've released my ID. Okay, so honestly, can Icon make a comeback? At this point, it's tough. I mean, yes, it's possible, right? Because Icon is trying to build an internet of blockchains. But Icon did 100x, which was great back in 2017, 2018. But now they have competition, right? Competition is a lot more fierce. You have Polkadot, you have Cosmos, right? So if anything, Icon really right now, just kind of going on off that list, is in third place when it comes to really that same interoperable blockchain, right? Because Polkadot is the real deal. Polkadot has better technology and a better ecosystem. And Cosmos as well, right? So I'm not saying Icon is a bad project. Icon also has a good grade on Token Metrics, but I'm saying Polkadot is the real deal, right? The space is a lot more fierce now. So, I mean, if you're long-term holding it, honestly, if I was long-term holding Icon, I would sell and probably get into Polkadot and Cosmos, right? But if you're trading it, then maybe that's just kind of based purely on TA. But I mean, because the question is, do you want to back the right horse, right? And if you're trying to back interoperability, ask yourself, do you really think Icon has better technology than Polkadot? Do you think Icon has better technology than Cosmos? If the answer is yes, kind of based from your own research, then by all means, stay in Icon. But if the answer is no, and you're just holding Icon because you bought it in 2017 and you're just trying to get out at a profit, honestly, sometimes it's better to just take the L quickly and move on, right? And bounce back, as opposed to holding something and holding a bag that never comes back, right? Now, I still think Icon is a good project, decent project, but Polkadot and Cosmos are great projects, right? So to kind of use a sports metaphor, right? It's kind of like Icon is a good starter, but Polkadot is like an all-star, maybe even MVP. So the question is, do you want an MVP or do you want someone who just starts, right? Now that's kind of my take, but Bill, any thoughts on that?
All right, so it's something like Icon. Old Wall Street saying, never try to turn a bad trade into a good trade. So if you had Icon and lost money, and you're waiting for it to do what Chainlink and Cosmos have done, then perhaps you might want to liquidate your Icon, take a deep breath, take the loss, and then in 30 days come back and reevaluate, right? Mm-hmm. You never know when the next moon is going to come. Cosmos was an established coin that took off. So I don't want to write off Icon, but, like I said, psychologically, if you've been waiting and you can't wait anymore, well, give yourself a break, right? Because a lot of times the positive surprises come out of nowhere, right? And they're often new. And if there's better and better tech, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. If there's better technology coming out, you got to go with that. Don't fade the computer, guys, in a hot tech market. That was the lesson of 1999 and 2000.
All right.
When half of our audience wasn't born yet, I know.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's go back to our audience and see how we're doing here. Okay. So Fusion. No, we haven't covered that. Okay, so Moztube says, I have investor plan, but asking me to upgrade to see more details for Polkadot. Yes, so unfortunately that's an issue with CoinMarketCap, because we use CoinMarketCap to get our data. And currently, because there is no market cap data on CoinMarketCap, right, so it still has Polkadot outside the top 2,000, right? So until CoinMarketCap can fix that, unfortunately, it's not really kind of available. Okay. Okay. Michael is asking, can DIA compete with Chainlink and Band Protocol? Very good question. Very good question. Honestly, I would say yes. So this was a recent code review and tech review we shared with our customers via newsletter, and then also via the private investor call on the pro plan, and also just kind of in the group. So we have done code reviews on all three projects, on DIA, on Chainlink, on Band Protocol, and DIA is the real deal. So let me pull up the ratings here just to kind of give you guys perspective. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so DIA, from a technology standpoint, okay, so we're still doing the fundamental review, but technology-wise, we have it pretty good. It's solid, right? So we have it at 81. Now, for perspective, Band Protocol gets a 70 for technology, and Chainlink gets a 74, right? So basically, to kind of recap, in terms of oracles, our tech team believes DIA is the best one right now, followed by Chainlink, followed by Band Protocol. Now, mind you, this does change at times, right? So if the team puts out major updates, we do go back and reevaluate, right? So that's why it kind of helps to have the platform, because whenever we make updates, everything happens directly on the site. But I mean, from purely just a code perspective, not looking at fundamentals, because that's still coming, and not looking at TA, just looking purely at technology. Our developers were very, very bullish on DIA, and it was one of the projects we mentioned to our private investors in the pro plan to keep an eye on, right? So they kind of had a head start in a way. But also, I mean, regardless of what plan you're on, if you're on Token Metrics, whether you're on the hodler or investor plan, we also did put out an email basically with the code reviews we had for last week, and DIA was on that list. We also have 4 other coins to keep an eye on, so definitely be sure to check that out. If you just joined Token Metrics and you missed that, go to the newsletter archives at the bottom of each email, and that will basically have access to the past emails. And yeah, I mean, so with that being said, though, we think DIA definitely is one to keep an eye on. Their market cap on CoinMarketCap is wrong, but I was told if you go to CoinGecko, where's DIA? Okay, let me pull it up here on CoinGecko. If you go to CoinGecko, they have, I believe, a more updated one. So right now, it's still outside the top 100 market cap, right? And if you've been looking for a low cap oracle, this we think has a lot of upside, right? Now, this is based purely on just the tech review, right? This is the fundamentals on this are probably not nowhere close to Chainlink and Band Protocol, because Band is is basically, I think Coinbase listed. Yeah, Coinbase added them, and they added Chainlink, right? So in terms of markets available, right now it's really only on KuCoin, right? So it's on KuCoin, Uniswap, Poloniex is really the only major exchanges to have it, right? So for anybody who wants kind of a low cap gem, this is one that has some potential. Bill, are you able to pull up TA on DIA?
So this is my sort of like triple option formula. I'm just going to run it until it doesn't work. So
Yeah.
you've got the two triangles, you know, in all these coins, you know, it'll either be a square consolidation and a triangle, or in this case, it looks like two triangles. Okay. And the way I've explained this in the past is you get this like start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. If you put two or three of those together, it can moon, right? So I'm getting a little bit, perhaps almost too colorful here, but basically above 4.5, I can project 7 or higher. Okay. So this is definitely a candidate for the next moon.
All right, and you heard it here first. So tell us what you think about DIA. Are you holding DIA? Are you more bullish on Chainlink, on Band Protocol, or maybe some other Oracle like Teller, or some other one we haven't covered yet, like Nest or anything like that? So tell us down in the comments below. Which Oracle are you most bullish on? Okay, all right, so... Okay, now time to go to crypto therapy. Okay, so just give me a few seconds here. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, we have probably one of the most unique segments in all of crypto YouTube and podcasting, anywhere in general, right? This is called Crypto Therapy, where you, the audience, can call us toll free and ask us any crypto question. Not financial advice, not investment advice, but think of us as your crypto therapist. Right? Any question you have in crypto, this call toll free 1-888-90 token. Yes, token. That's 1-888-908-6536. Toll free. Submit your question. Any question you have. Okay. So with that being said, the first question from Crypto Therapy. Let me go ahead and play this.
Hi, Token Metrics team. Thank you for all the great work that you guys are doing, helping to take us all to the moon. Just want to find out what is the best way to get in and out of these different tokens, the fastest way possible, and also the cheapest way. Thank you very much. Again, I really appreciate all the work that you guys are doing. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, caller. So the question, just to kind of recap. So what is the best way to essentially trade tokens in and out? And what's the most cost-effective way? So I have covered this before in the past. So right now the hype is DeFi, DEXs, and one DEX, we think anybody out there should keep an eye on this one. Actually, this was one of the well, not coins yet, but one of the projects we covered with our professional plan and also with our customers via the email list this week. Just give me a second, I'm trying to pull it up. But 1inch Exchange. This is a DEX aggregator. So if you're active in DeFi, if DeFi is life right now, you should be trading on a DEX aggregator, I believe, right? So as opposed to going to one single DEX to make one trade, it lets you put in your trade and it will go through and find the best trade for you, right? It will find the best trade execution. This right here is a game changer, right? I mean, to a point where this can literally save you money. Depending on how much money you have, it can save you thousands of dollars. Right? So for example, if you want to trade Ethereum and you want to go to Aleph, if I'm saying that right, as opposed to going to one exchange, right? This says, okay, as opposed to going to the popular exchange, let's shift 20% of your portfolio to Balancer, right? So it does the heavy lifting for you, right? It's kind of like smart order routing. It takes your trade and sees what will be the best execution across all DEXs, right? And this all this is automated, right? So for example, if we go ahead and make this 1000 ETH, it will switch to, it should update. Okay, maybe it's not updating. Not sure what's, maybe that's too big of a trade. Okay, okay, so let's do 10 ETH, right? So if we do, why isn't this updating? Okay, anyway, let me, okay, but you guys understand the point, right? So if you want to trade DeFi, anything ERC20 based, this is probably the best exchange to go to, right? They'll also be launching the token. If you're a customer, be sure to go to our newsletter archives to check out our review. Actually, this is also on Token Metrics as well, right? The tech review on One Inch Exchange is on the platform. And this is definitely one token we think that is worth watching. Now, we're not saying go out there and FOMO buy this off of exchanges the first day. No. What we're saying is long term, the technology on this is amazing. However, the entry, if you're trying to accumulate long term, you may have to kind of time that, right? Because typically there's too much massive FOMO early on with these new DeFi tokens, right? But long term speaking, the technology on One Inch Exchange is legit. And any token they launch from a code perspective is good. Now, fundamentals will likely be very low because it's a new token. There won't be the much liquidity, right? There won't be many fiat pairs, and just kind of, it has to kind of build its way up, right? But if people are looking for the next YFI, this could possibly be it, right? Obviously, it's slightly different, but to kind of put things in perspective, right? So here, let me pull up this screen. Actually, sorry, it was the founder of, I'm sorry, let me pull it up here. Give me a second. Hayden, Uniswap's founder, posted that Uniswap has more trading volume than Coinbase. I mean, this is incredible, right? Incredible, right? So this was one of my retweets on Twitter. Okay, so let me pull up, right? So his tweet here says, wow, Uniswap protocol 24-hour trading volume is higher than Coinbase for the first time ever. Uniswap had $426 million in daily trading volume versus Coinbase's $348 million. I mean, DeFi is blowing up. I mean, if you've not hopped on this bandwagon, I mean, money is moving. I mean, DeFi money is moving mountains in crypto right now, right? So the fact that this DEX has more trading volume than Coinbase. Now, the picture he had here was Coinbase Pro, right? So I think this is slightly different from the actual Coinbase. But regardless, I mean, that is a lot, right? And Uniswap has no token. One Inch Exchange is trying to compete with Uniswap, and they'll be launching a token, right? And in their equity round, they had investors like Binance Labs and some other big names. So, I mean, this is definitely one DEX to keep an eye on. And if they're launching a token, because just kind of think from just market share, right? Imagine if all the major DEXs had tokens, right? Right now, they don't really have tokens, right? We think when One Inch Exchange launches, this could compete with all the major DeFi exchanges, right? And going to CoinMarketCap or to CoinGecko, actually, let me go to CoinMarketCap. There aren't really any major ones with, let me see if they cover One Inch Exchange. I wonder if they have their trading volume. Actually, they do have their trading volume, it looks like. Okay, so One Inch Exchange has $58 million in trading volume. Now, this is a DEX aggregator, right? So, and I think once they launch a token, then more people will FOMO into this because people love tokens, right? So the fact that people can yield farm, do all kinds of things with the token, or have liquidity mining, it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So to answer your question kind of at a high level, using DEX aggregators, I think, is a very cost-effective way to kind of very effectively trade. This is only for ERC20 tokens. If you're doing other tokens, then it's totally different. If you're doing other tokens or basically trading on exchanges, I think you have to pretty much leverage smart order routing. but that's typically for institutions. There were some prime brokers that were trying to leverage that. There was Tagomi, which got bought by Coinbase, but that's typically for institutions. It's very hard to have an account there. And I don't think they closed up shop, did they? Let me just take a look here. So if you're an institution, then maybe check into Tagomi. One other one we did cover was LCX, but that one is kind of still, I think, still pretty new and nowhere as big as this. Then there was the Binance IEO. I forget what the name was, but it was backed by, I think, Neo Global Capital. Then there are a few others, right? But really, I would say what I personally do, even though I haven't really done this in the past, if we had large trades or if we had a large position that was illiquid, basically, let's say we have, because we invested and we're advising lots of projects in the crypto space, and sometimes the trading volume was very small. So what we would do, we would sell basically OTC through a market maker, and we would have them, basically they would handle the execution of that trade through their trading bots and trading algorithms. So there's so many different options. You have OTC, you have market makers. That's kind of more for people with larger portfolios. Then you have DEX aggregators. Bill, anything to kind of add to that from your perspective?
Sure. So 1inch has got Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz behind it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, that's like the premier crypto hedge fund, and he's ex-Goldman. So that's pretty much all I would need to know about 1inch in terms of their token. Yes, I agree with you in this new DeFi era. It's 1inch is not going to sneak up on anybody. It's going to have a FOMO price out of the gate. But realistically speaking, there hasn't been a sequel to Binance Coin, right? A coin attached to a big exchange, right? So, why not 1inch? Now, from a contrarian point of view, if Uniswap has eclipsed Coinbase, as soon as I heard that, I was actually thinking that the stuff on Coinbase might start mooning. We were sort of hinting at that earlier, right? Mm-hmm. In other words, there could be a massive catch-up rally. And again, if you're watching the show, I may have to have the moon behind me replaced with a vinyl record with a slight crack in it, because I keep saying this over and over again about this thing about, it starts with the small coins or the small stocks. And then when all of it really explodes is when the Uniswap bid moves and volume moves into like the Coinbase arena. So I think it's going up a lot now, and Galaxy Digital is making kind of a late in the game investment in 1inch. I mean, that's Galaxy Digital's way of like just saying moon it all.
Moon it all.
Moon it all.
Yeah.
Moon it all.
I like that. I like that. Okay. All right. So going to the second question from Crypto Therapy. Okay, so let me just give me a second here. Okay, so second question from Crypto Therapy. Once again, as mentioned, this if you want to submit any questions you have, just go to 1-888-90 token. That's 1-888-90 token. Just drop a voicemail and we'll bring it on the show. Right? This is a great way to really bring more engagement to the live stream. Okay, so without further ado, next voicemail.
What would you consider the best option for someone who has invested in crypto in the past and might have gotten wrecked? I was an earlier follower of Ian Bellina and just wanted to see what you recommend moving forward now if you had a few USD to play with. Bye.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that voicemail. So question was what to do basically if you got wrecked in crypto, right? If you got wrecked in the last bull run, or let's say you bought the top. Let's say you bought Bitcoin at 20K and you held it all the way till 3K and got out, right? Or let's say you got completely wrecked in altcoins in the last bull run peak to bear market. So Bill, your take?
This is very interesting. Okay. And probably this person was actually brave enough to ask the question, and good for them, but this may be on the minds of other people. We were on a show with a major crypto influencer, and we all joked and agreed that every time we see the screen go all red, we all kind of go, because it reminds you of 2018. You're afraid one down day is going to turn into a crash. Mm-hmm. All right, so here's how I would do it. If you're afraid of a crash, it's going up. So if you missed it, or if you don't feel like buying it, or buying it doesn't feel comfortable, that's actually good. You want to be comfortable being uncomfortable. All right. Now, I know that sounds strange, and I know that if you've been hurt in the past, there may be a hesitancy to try to jump in and figure something out now. But as long as you feel hesitant, if you're not wearing a Bitcoin Christmas sweater or an ETH Christmas sweater in September, you're good. Okay. So the markets climb the wall of worry. Okay. So that's how I would keep your head adjusted, because before you sit down and do anything, okay, you have to have peace of mind. You have to sleep at night. So the second part of the answer is keep your position size manageable in the beginning. Okay. We have this saying on the show, you've got to earn the right to take risk, right? So the first thing you do is not put all your money in anything, right? It might be just put a certain percentage of your money in a coin and watch it. And then what you'll do is you'll slowly get comfortable with the fact that we're in a bull market. Okay. Bull markets can have sharp corrections. So another way to sort of solve this problem is to let things go up and buy them on pullbacks, or buy things that have not yet moved. I know that was fast, but you know, there's buying stuff when it's like simple and low and not doing much, like DIA, right? Mm-hmm. Or there's buying stuff on the dip, like REN. You know, these DeFi tokens, when they dip, they'll go down 10%. Okay. So if you're afraid that you're going to buy the top, buy it on a big down day. All right. But most importantly, you got to keep the faith that this is not going to be a repeat of 17, 18, where it's massive FOMO followed by massive crash. Matter of fact, I think in crypto, you may never see that again. You may see a huge bull market and a huge correction. You may see a huge bull market and a consolidation that lasts weeks and months that makes you seasick. But I don't think there's ever going to be a repeat of 17 FOMO and 18 despair back to back.
Yeah, wow, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, to kind of add on to that, I would say if you got wrecked in the last bull run peak all the way till the bear market, just learn from your mistakes. So kind of go through and see what you did wrong. So did you invest into a project that ended up just being a bad project? So maybe kind of learn how to evaluate projects better from a fundamental and technology standpoint. Or were you in the right projects, but you didn't exit at the right time? So that kind of is a totally different answer, right? That kind of comes more to, okay, you know how to find the right projects, but basically getting in and getting out, right? Knowing when the party is over, knowing when the music stops, right? So that kind of, so depending on both answer, but I would say actually, regardless of both answers, Token Metrics platform helps you with that, right? It helps you kind of, we're basically your guide in crypto, right? So we have the free live stream here every single week, Sundays, 6 p.m. Come here for 2 to 3 hours, Bill and I going through crypto analysis, right? And doing all this for free, right? And then if you kind of want to kind of level up, then going to tokenmetrics.com, and where we have the ratings, the indices, which help you really build a good portfolio to help you manage risk in crypto, right? So whether you're a long-term hodler, an investor, whether you're a short-term trader, regardless of your investment style, there are indices that kind of cater to both, right? So I think having research to help you, not repeat the same mistakes from last time, I think would definitely go a long way, right? And then also just having a community, right? So we have our Telegram group, we have our forum, we have our crypto family everywhere, all right? So just if you're in tune, I think it will be tougher to repeat what happened last time because you have all of us here helping you out. And also, we also have our platform as well. So we're hoping that in this bull run, you go to the moon and beyond. With that being said, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. So, all right. Great questions, everybody. So as mentioned, if you would like to submit your voicemail for basically next week's show, actually probably not next week, probably next month's show, because now we're getting lots of voicemails and unfortunately we can't answer too many voicemails because we just want to get to the questions as well on the AMA, but we'll typically be taking about 2 voicemails and we do have a backlog already. So if you have a very urgent question, we urge that you that you call in very quickly. All right. Okay, so as mentioned, it's 1-888-90 token. That's 1-888-908-6536. Call toll free. Drop us a voicemail. Okay, all right. So without further ado, we do have a few more things to get to before we get to. Okay, so one last item here. Actually, I think let's skip this for now, just kind of in the interest of time, because I know lots of people do want us to get to the AMA. Okay, all right. So, question here from the audience: what do you think of all the YF coins that are blowing up? I got into YFI yesterday. It went from 18 to 89 in less than 24 hours. Okay, good question. So I have been hearing about all these different YFI tokens and coins, right? So for perspective, if you go here, right, we have Yearn Finance, we have DeFi Money, which is YFI 2, we have YFI Exchange, and basically they're all kind of just forking or taking YFI, which has now kind of become the DeFi, I mean the Bitcoin of DeFi, right? It's now top 25 market cap out of nowhere, right? Basically 0 to 100 real quick. Market cap almost $1 billion. From 0 to $1 billion in what, in like 2 months? In less than 2 months. I mean, that's incredible, right? Then we see here we have YFI Exchange. This one I haven't even heard of at all. The other one which I have heard of is YFI 2, which is basically a Chinese version. This is already top 80 market cap rank, and its market cap is about 180 million. And this has been listed on Huobi, on OKX. All right, so what do I think of them? Honestly, I think Yearn is still king. YFI is still king. That's the one that our team has kind of done a deep code review on, and we think the technology is good, fundamentals are improving. Now, in terms of the other projects, honestly, we haven't really just done too much research on them, but our understanding is they're just taking the same code base and just kind of changing governance or changing different things. For example, YFI 2, to my knowledge, is basically just a Chinese fork of YFI with different kind of tweaks to it. Bill, could you maybe kind of look into YFI 2 and kind of see how that's doing from a TA perspective? I'm sorry, it's YFII or just YFI 2. So whichever one you're able to pull up.
Okay, let me see what I get.
Okay. All right. So as Bill pulls that up here, thank you for all the feedback and the kind words. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet already. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We're on the path to 10K subs. We have about less than 200 left, so probably by Monday we'll be there. All right. So, and as mentioned, I'll be giving away a free account access to the hardware plan to subs. So if you subscribe to the channel, we'll go through and we'll award a winner.
Okay, so here comes YFI 2. Okay, so I think in these small tokens, the ultimate is this like square consolidation pattern, right? And then it makes the triangle. So I don't really have price data on this, but if you have a triangle and a square, you can have a moon. Now this is kind of already moonshot, right? And I would liken this to, it's almost like we're doing Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin all at the same time. Like we're just doing it all in the same week, right?
Yeah.
You know, this type of thing to me, when you start seeing this, like, you know, if we've got the real thing, an imitator, and then a Chinese-based imitator in the same week, it's probably time to take profits on it all. Right?
Yeah.
It's like it's the ultimate. You know, the trade, they've done a year's or 2 years worth of price action in a month, right? And then you can get chopped up in consolidation period. So, you know, I think Yearn's great, but the question is, has the easy money been made or not? Is there more easy money? I would think the super easy money has been made.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so that's kind of our take on all those different YFI imitators. So to kind of recap, YFI from a technology standpoint is still the best. The imitators, yes, they may cater to a small niche, and maybe the first one kind of has a uniqueness to it, but once you have all these other ones, I don't think they'll all do that well. I mean, they may do well, but I don't think they'll do as. It's kind of like Bitcoin. We had Bitcoin, then we had Bitcoin Cash, then we had Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Silver, Bitcoin XYZ. To a point now, people have just lost track of all these other Bitcoin forks. Right? People don't care anymore. Right? You basically just have Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. Right? So I think the same thing with Y. You have YFI, you have YFII, and whichever new one comes along, it has to really be groundbreaking. And if it's groundbreaking, it's probably different technology, right? So it would not make sense to give it the YFII label, right? With that being said, tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay, all right. Thank you for that question. Okay. Okay, so what is happening with MetaHash? They have really good TPS, but the price makes it look dead. Good question. So this was a project I was an investor and advisor in back in 2018. It had a hot start, went up to like 3x, even I think up to like 8x, I believe, as well at one point in time, briefly. But I mean, they just haven't really gained much adoption. Bill, so could you pull that up from a TA standpoint? The name is MHC, the symbol. MHC.
Okay.
And as Bill pulls that up, I would say one of the challenges MetaHash has had is the space is getting even more competitive when it comes to blockchains, right? Now it's not good just to have a blockchain that has faster transactions. Now you're really competing with lots of other blockchains and the ecosystem, right? The developer ecosystem matters a lot. Now the team is still actively building. I did talk to them about a month or so ago, and they said they had some things coming out. So definitely keep an eye on them. But I mean, right now the space is getting more just very, very competitive.
Okay, so you know, this reminds me of, this is like MetaHash versus the dollar. This reminds me of what things like Neo looked like, and even Wanchain. They get to a point where they want to bump up against like a prior resistance area, but then they don't back off. All right. So sometimes you would get a big rally, all right, because what it would do, it would press that ceiling, and then when it wouldn't back off, it would turn around and go up. Now, how much can this go up? Well, like you said, it's got competition. And, if you want to be like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger coin of the week or the month in crypto, the bar is getting higher. Right. So it'd be cool if something came out of nowhere after getting killed. Like I know a lot of people are looking at, say, the Binance IEOs that got crushed as potential like moon candidates. So I'm not discounting that strategy, because who knows, right? I'll end by saying that could be next, right? In other words, the new stuff's come out, and then they may try to start mooning the old stuff that went down a lot. So I'm not sure if that's one of them, but I don't think it's the worst strategy in the world, particularly if you're just sort of like newly getting into them, like the bargain basement bottoms.
Yeah, well said, Bill. And to add on to that, narratives right now are basically kind of controlling the hype cycle. So we had the Oracle narrative, we had interoperability, but MetaHash hasn't really hit a narrative, right? There's no DeFi, there is no Oracle, right? So they have to really kind of hit a narrative that will resonate with the market, right? And that's something that, at least right now, is not happening, unfortunately. With that being said, tell us what you think about MetaHash down in the comments below. Okay, all right. Okay, so we did answer this question about DIA already. Okay, we've covered about YFI. Actually, here, let's go to Twitter, because I did ask a question on Twitter today. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, definitely be sure to follow me on Twitter at Diary of a Made Man. At Diary of a Made Man on Twitter. Also follow me. Follow Token Metrics on Twitter at Token Metrics Inc. Also follow Bill at Crypto_Noble on Twitter. Okay. Where was that? My question. So I asked people what cryptocurrency to cover. All right. So let me just see which one. I think the one that kept on getting the most mentions, I think, was Cardia Chain from going through this. So let's go through Cardia Chain, Bill. So Cardia Chain is one of those Polkadot projects. Their symbol is KAI. That's Kai. Okay, so Bill's gonna pull that up here. I've pulled them up here on CoinMarketCap. The market cap rank is 252. So about $50 million market cap. Daily trading volume about 5 million. It's on Gate.io and KuCoin. And honestly, I've not really looked too much into this. Actually, let me double check. Is this Polkadot? Because I was going based off of what people were saying on Twitter. Maybe I'm mistaken. Okay, so this is a hybrid blockchain solution. Infrastructure for enterprises and governments. Okay. Yeah, where did I see Polkadot? Maybe. Yeah, okay, I guess this is not Polkadot. So I'm not sure what people are saying on Twitter, but okay. Anyway, so this looks like basically a blockchain, a hybrid blockchain solution. So I'm guessing it's a cross between a blockchain and a DAG or something like that. Okay, but Bill, how's the TA look?
Okay, so I'm not really getting any TA on this. Okay, here it comes. I have it.
Okay.
The site was just a little bit slow. Okay. So
actually, it's KAI. That's the skin.
Okay, let me come back off because the first symbol I typed in didn't load. So it's KAI?
Yes, KAI.
Cardia Chain?
Yes.
Okay, I have it.
All right.
Okay. It's all kind of slowed up on me here. I'm waiting for the 4-hour chart to load. All right. So when you have something like this, I can tell already that we're playing this game where we shake people out. This is almost like the polka dot game. Mm-hmm. All right. So there's good news and bad news. The good news is if you missed it, you have a chance to get involved. Okay. Now, what I'm seeing here and the way I draw these things, it looks like, okay, there was a move that retraced almost 2/3. So think of it this way. It went up, right? And everybody who FOMO'd here got shaken out. Everybody who FOMO'd there got shaken out. Now, that can be very constructive based on the way this is drawn. So I'm seeing a potential here for a new high. Okay. It's rare the way these coins trade, but less rare than it used to be, where you get these really big rallies that give you substantial pullbacks. You know, everybody wants to buy it and moon. Everyone gets really disgruntled when it moons, they buy the top and then they get out. They don't come back. Okay. Now, why is that important? Well, because that means there's no sellers when new buyers come in. If everyone gives up and there are no longs, when some big player comes in and starts buying, there's no sellers. And all of a sudden everybody goes, oh no, I got to get back in. So I think that that's possible in that coin, because again, in this bull market, you have been paid to buy dips. So unless it's the worst coin ever, if it shows up on your radar, if you get a chance like that, take it.
All right. Well said. Thank you, Bill. So tell us what you think about Cardia Chain down in the comments below. Okay. All right. So moving on, let's go to the next question from the AMA. Okay. So somebody's asking about Yearn Finance. Okay. This one I've not heard of. Maybe I have. Okay. If it's not trading, we can't really cover it. Yeah, so I'm not getting anything for Union. I'm saying Yearn Fair Coin, but that's not Yearn Finance. Okay, yeah, so unfortunately we can't really cover it if it's not trading, because it just takes time to do research. Okay, thoughts on WOM protocol, WOM. Okay, let me take a look and see if this is trading. Okay, actually, okay, so it is trading. Okay, so thoughts on WOM protocol, WOM, bad competitor. So he's saying it competes with Brave. Let's take a quick look at that as Bill pulls up the TA. That's WOM, Bill. And it is trading on KeyCoin and BitThumb.
Okay, so this doesn't fit the normal pattern, okay? This is really unusual. So let me draw this. This seems to have its own definition of stop-start, okay? Now, I'm not gonna bore you to death, but I think it's really interesting that some of these coins, when they come back down, they respect what are called Fibonacci numbers. And I put that arrow there to show you that, you know, the most recent avalanche decline stopped right at a big Fibonacci point. Now, I don't know what this is, but the fact that it can like lurch higher like this, hurt people, and then shake everyone out, to me, it either means one of two things. There's something wrong with it, like it could be shady, like they pump it and then they dump it, or this could be some sort of colossal coiling process that when it finally does go, it's really going to go up in an insane amount, right?
Mhm.
So either pump and dump or the next big thing. But
And
that's definitely a unique pattern.
yeah, and I think it's okay. That definitely is very interesting. You bring that up here. So I've pulled up their site. This says the future of marketing is ad free. The WOM protocol is a brand new user generated marketing channel that leverages. Okay, yeah. When I hear marketing and blockchain and token, honestly, that makes me not want to touch it, because not talking about the fundamentals, but historically speaking, projects in this space, marketing, blockchain, tokenizing, have not done well, right? Just kind of going based on the analytics and the data, historically speaking. Now, that's not to say this project might not do well, because I've not done a deep dive on it, but just by kind of going on a heuristics-based approach on other investments into space that I've tried to tokenize, because the first question I ask myself is, why do they need a token, right? And because this in a way kind of reminds me of IndaHash and Nucleus Vision and some other projects, and all those projects in the last bull run, they had a quick hype, right? But they didn't really have long-term staying power, because long-term staying power right now is in DeFi. That's why DeFi is blowing up, because DeFi is something people actually use, right? So honestly, I would not get into this long-term, just kind of based on that short spiel and just kind of a quick glance at the website, because this kind of does look like it's going to be a pump and dump crash, honestly. But hey, maybe I'm wrong, right? Because I've not done a deep dive, but marketing and blockchain and tokenizing, if we just go to CoinMarketCap, right? Look at top 100. There is no project that's in the marketing space and has tokenized. Maybe there have been in the past, but they've just been flashes in the pan, right? Long-term projects that weathered the storm in the last bear market were not in that space, right? So that category is a category I would just avoid altogether. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to diss or say anything mean to the team, obviously, because they're building and they're trying to build something valuable. But I'm just saying, as an investor, looking at history, right? Because this is how you try to survive the bear markets, right? Because you want to invest into projects that you know if there's a market correction or crash, they'll survive. Because you don't want to get left with your pants down when the tide goes out, right? You don't want to be left holding a bag that nobody wants in a bear market, because that's how people lost money, right? So that's kind of my take on that project. But hey, tell me what you think down in the comments below. Okay, all right, moving on to the next question. Okay, we kind of covered this in terms of what the next YFI is. Basically, go to tokenmetrics.com, check that out, check out the newsletter. Also, if you're in the pro plan, be sure to just kind of check out our private calls and also just the chats. And yeah, okay, next question. Okay, when does the yearly index get rebalanced? Which month? Well, next rebalancing for that index is, I believe, end of the year, so basically January. Now we do plan to make a update to the indices, just kind of based on people's feedback. Okay, so pulling this up here. So if we go to Value Investor annually, so let's do balanced, for example, and we just update here. So this will rebalance end of the year, December 31st. Basically 11:25 p.m. Okay, yeah, so basically midnight. So basically January 1st, essentially. All right. Now we do plan to possibly make a new update. People have been telling us there's been some confusion with kind of the ROI on the indices. So we're thinking of possibly just doing a total reset and starting everything from zero. Tell us down in the comments what you think. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think it makes sense for us to basically have all of these just reset to zero and kind of like we're doing everything all over again? Or do you guys like it kind of the way it is? Definitely tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's kind of do a quick check-in with our audience and see how they're doing. Just give me a few seconds here. All right, so be sure to smash the like button and subscribe and join tokenmetrics.com if you haven't yet already. Okay. All right. Good vibes. Thank you. What do we think about Holochain? Holochain has good fundamentals. We've covered that before. Technology could be better. Where's Facebook Libra? Facebook Libra has been postponed. They've been having regulation issues. Okay, so here's a good question. How do we use the performance metrics? Okay, very good question. So let me pull up the performance metrics. So if we go to, let's pull up UMA. So UMA is a project that has been on the up and up. So performance metrics really help you compare how well a cryptocurrency is performing versus Bitcoin. So in this case, so think of this as different metrics quants would use, basically quantitative investors. So we have 54 different quantitative data points that are helpful to investors, and the benchmark we use is Bitcoin because we think Bitcoin is kind of the benchmark in the market. So looking at this kind of gives you perspective, right? So UMA, since it launched here on June 1st, 2020, it's done a 8x, over 800% return versus Bitcoin. Nice. So this kind of gives you perspective on that, and this helps you. This really just helps you compare versus Bitcoin, right? Because sometimes you're better off holding Bitcoin than going into an altcoin, right? So this in a way kind of tells you, okay, this is how this cryptocurrency is faring versus Bitcoin, right? So here we have the Sharpe ratio, Sortino ratio, the max drawdown since it launched, right? So this right now is still pretty technical, but we are working on creating a performance metrics grade and then also turning this into an index. And in our testing, the performance metrics grade, taking all this data and putting it into our AI, this has been the best predictor for returns, or phrased a different way, this has been the most accurate grade we have in testing. So we're very, very excited to launch this hopefully in September, probably mid to end September. I would say maybe towards the end of September. But currently in testing, just to kind of give things perspective, 80% of traders lose money, essentially, right? And then the good traders who are good, I mean, a good trader has a win rate of, I would say, 50 to 55%, right? So basically, they're slightly better off than gambling or just tossing a coin. And that's just the good traders, right? Then with our grades right now, the accuracy for the grades that we have, the ratings, is about, I would say, high 55s to low 60s. The highest we have is 65% accuracy, and that's the technology grade, the basically the code reviews. The overall grade has an accuracy of about 62%, but the performance metrics grade that we're testing right now in testing, it has an accuracy of about 74%. So basically 7 out of 10 times it's right. Now when we say accuracy, we mean that when we give something a high grade, it ends up performing well, versus giving something a low grade, it ends up not doing well, right? This is kind of how we measure accuracy, right? So because basically we give grades of 0 to 100%, and then we measure how well it's performed based on the growth, based on the ROI, right? So we use our AI models and the metrics that we have here, right? So in this case, 54 metrics to then see how accurate it is. So in testing, this is blowing everything else out of the water. So as a result, we want to add this as a new grade to Token Metrics in September. So that's kind of how we would use the metrics. Bill, anything to add to that in terms of kind of quant metrics and how to use them?
Well, the thing I like to use is Sharpe ratio. I like to compare the Sharpe ratio of something versus Bitcoin. So I think, UMA was 5 and Bitcoin was 1. I like to use Sharpe ratio said simply as just how risky is it, right? Or how volatile is it is really more like it, right? So if you see something that has, a volatility, a Sharpe ratio of 5, it's probably done an 8x, which is what's happened. Guys in equities, they use it, okay, when they watch the Sharpe ratio of something increased, right? So if something's already mooned and you see the Sharpe ratio start to tick up, it could mean that another move is coming, all right? Now, that said, I can't wait to have the quant indicator out there, right? Because I can't know everything about every metric. I mean, quant geniuses do, but I would love to outsource the quant genius part to RAI, and then I can just use it. So, small commercial there. Small.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Yeah, I mean, so definitely be sure to join Token Metrics if you haven't yet already, because we keep on innovating, trying to take all our crypto family to the moon by making them smarter investors. Okay, all right. So back to the AMA. Okay, so this is kind of a Polkadot question. I think we've already covered Polkadot. Let me see what the question is. But I mean, I guess we can't cover enough of Polkadot. Okay, so Ethereum went to 136 billion market cap in 2017. Can Polkadot reach that level, assuming the entire space is going to see a huge pump in this bull market? Okay, all right. Good question. I'll defer to Bill with the TA. So basically, the question is, how high can Polkadot go? Can it go to Ethereum levels back in 2017?
Okay, so the bad news about Polkadot is that everyone seems to like it, right? No, I have never run into anybody who goes, I hate Polkadot. I have not. Polkadot almost has no haters. So in order for something to do what Ethereum did at 2017, you need non-believers, shorts, and people who don't like it. Now, what has happened in Polkadot is, if you look at these two black arrows, is they have washed people out pretty hard since the initial run up to 7, right? Now, when you do that, you basically wound the bulls. Like, people think that this is just going to be the next big thing. And I don't want people to not think that, but it's going to be harder than you think. In other words, if Polkadot does what Ethereum does, it's probably going to take 2 weeks to a month to frustrate people. Okay. And if it does that and people are like, oh my God, when is it going up? And then when they go, okay, it's not going up, I'm selling and moving on to something else, that's when it goes. Okay. So my father had this famous joke. He was a stockbroker in a cube. He had a pencil and a telephone and a ticker tape that scrolled on the other side of the room. He would say, when people call me up and say, when should I buy? I say, sell. And when everybody calls up and says, when should I sell? He goes, that's when you buy. So in Polkadot, you've got so much enthusiasm that it's tough to find any short to hurt, because that's how you get things to go up. So it may take 2 weeks to a month to get somebody to be like, I hate Polkadot. And when you hear that, when people go, okay, I give up, then it can go up.
Okay. Well said, Bill. Well said. So tell us what you think down in the comments below. Do you think Polkadot can reach Ethereum levels of 136 billion, or do you think it's going to take some time? Tell us what you think down in the comments below. Okay. All right. So on to the next question. Okay. So actually, this is a question for Bill as well, I think. Okay. How do you think the Jerome Powell speech will affect the crypto market? Okay.
Okay, macro. Let's
Yeah.
go. Okay, so Jerome Powell, the Fed, the dollar. Okay, here's one thing that I've noticed.
Actually, your screen is not showing up. It's showing a tab or something.
Okay. Okay, so while I sort out the technical problem, let me tell you this. Something happened last week that we brought up on the show a while back. We saw something where the dollar started to decline versus emerging market currencies. Okay, so in other words, when the crisis started in March, everybody was talking about how the dollar was going up. Everybody was running into the dollar. Okay, did that show up now? Can you see the screen?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So this is an 89-minute chart of the dollar versus the South African rand. Okay. I like to use the South African rand as sort of like my benchmark emerging market currency. And as you can see, this has been on a steady decline. And when the Fed came out and basically said by any means necessary for like the 6th time, okay, the dollar fell out of bed. Okay. And I think you see this in, this is the Mexican peso. And believe it or not, even though the country is ravaged by the coronavirus, you can even see the dollar going down versus the Brazilian real. So dollar selling has become broad-based. All right. Now, I also think there's another thing happening. All right. The election is tied. Okay. And guess who's the tiebreaker in America in terms of how things go? Jerome Powell. Okay. So if the two presidential candidates are tied and can't really say anything too stupid, or they're not willing to take any risk, whatever Powell says goes, right, on policy. So if they're going to print and they're selling the dollar versus emerging market currencies, or said another way, emerging market countries, their currencies are going up. So what do you think that means for crypto? I know I'm asking the wrong crowd, but like if the weakest currencies in the world that were getting thrown off a cliff in March are starting to do better versus the dollar, how well can crypto do? Right? That means even the stuff on Coinbase can move. Like I just checked our daily trader index, and it's got all Coinbase coins in it. EOS, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. It's funny. It's got Polkadot in it, right? The big stuff can go up. If emerging markets can go up, crypto can go up.
Okay. Well said, Bill. Well said. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let me just take a look at that. I'm sorry. Just give me a second here. All right. So be sure to smash the like button and tell us what you think down in the comments below. We definitely appreciate all the feedback and input everybody has. Okay, so give me a second as I pull up something here real quick. Okay, apologies. Okay, let's check in with our audience and see how we're doing. Okay, Surfmeister is asking any promo codes for early investors. Yeah, I mean, we already gave out promo codes for early investors a lot. And as mentioned, we're on the verge of getting to let me see where we are now. So we currently have 9,788 subscribers on Token Metrics YouTube channel. So if you haven't yet joined, be sure to go to our channel and subscribe. Not only subscribe, turn on the bell turn on alerts, get the live stream, share with your crypto family, with your friends, on Telegram, on email. Share this to everybody you know who should get into crypto, right? Because we want to make sure that they're educated and they're going to the moon with us, because we're all going to the moon, and we want to make sure you're all there and your friends are there as well, right? So, and once we get to 10,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away a hodler account, 1-year access for free to somebody who's on the channel. So we'll go through the sub list. I think there's some software that kind of goes through and randomly picks somebody who's a subscriber. So yeah, with that being said, if you want to win 1 year free of Token Metrics, make sure you have subscribed to the Token Metrics YouTube channel. So to everyone who's watching this on Facebook, on Twitter, Periscope, on my personal channel, make sure you've joined the Token Metrics channel. Okay, let me see what else we have. Okay, Ovi says DOT needs to prove a lot more to get even closer to ETH. Absolutely. Do you think it's good to invest in DIA right now or wait? We can't tell you what to do. All we can say is we think the technology is good. Right, so in terms of the entry, kind of do your own research, or maybe even leverage Token Metrics to kind of help you with the entries. Okay, all right, back to the AMA. Okay, apologies, I was trying to pull up an index, but it looks like it still hasn't yet updated. I was trying to pull up the daily index, so sometimes it looks like it does take some time to process. Okay, all right. Now back to the AMA. Okay, we've covered that. Okay, have we covered Flamingo Finance? No, we've not covered it. Okay, if token's not trading, we can't really cover it yet. Okay, all right. So here's a question. Will Filecoin be the next Polkadot when it comes out? Okay, good question. I mean, I am an investor in Filecoin. I invested back in their private sale on CoinList back in 2017. So it's been 3 years since 3 years of waiting. So do I think it will do well? I mean, I think Filecoin is a good project. It has good technology. Actually, we do have it on Token Metrics, I believe. Let me take a look. Filecoin. Yes, so we do have it on Token Metrics. So I highly encourage you to go check out the grade we have. Let me see what we have. Yeah, so we do have grade. I mean, so technology-wise, it's good tech. So the hype is real. The main question is there is $250,000, so the valuation and market cap will be very high. But same thing kind of happened with Polkadot. But in general, I would say new projects typically they have some hype and FOMO early on, then kind of fizzle out. Then that's when, after some time, after the FOMO has died down, that's when really the smart investors start to kind of accumulate and kind of get in. And then I think that's when, after some time, products can take off, right? Because if you're getting in long term, I think it's better to kind of wait and for things to cool off, because early investors, if it is up and is profitable when it launches, early investors will take profits. But even then, I mean, early investors do have a lockup, because I believe my lockup is 6 months after it launches, right? So waiting 3 years and then waiting 6 months after it launches and is trading, I believe, on exchanges. Yeah, so actually maybe there could be some early FOMO if early investors are locked up. Now, Bill, is Filecoin, are you able to pull that up? Even though it's not trading yet, I think it's an IOU.
Right, it has a. They're bringing something in from Legacy. We used to call it when issued. Now they're calling it futures.
Futures.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay. So Filecoin, there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is it's hitting resistance from a simple trend line. The good news is Filecoin has built big enough of a base after getting hammered in 2018 that if Filecoin ever say took out 25, Filecoin could go to 50. So because of this head and shoulders bottom. All right. Now this is unique in the sense that what they call the neckline, or this green line, like normally if you have a head and shoulders pattern, it's like this. But for this one, it's here. So, yes, there's a lot of early FOMO, but maybe we haven't fully priced it in, because as the show develops, especially after like it went like Chainlink and then Yearn, okay, in technical analysis, like things happen in threes, right? So the third one is going to be enormous. I'm not saying it's Filecoin, but you never know. You've got to have a part of your portfolio that's you never know. Dia, Filecoin, right? So I would say there's a lot of hope there.
All right, thank you,
and
Bill.
FOMO.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us what you think. Are you bullish on Filecoin? Do you think it can compete with other projects like SIA, Storage, and others? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay, all right. I think let's take one last question, and then we'll have to wrap things up. Okay, let me see what question we can get out of here. Okay. Okay, let me check in with the chat and see maybe if we have any questions here we haven't answered. Yeah, I mean, so most of the questions we answer have been from Mentimeter, right, as opposed to the chat. But let's see if we can get a good question here. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Somebody's saying you can use AI to review voicemails and allocate them efficiently for attention. Hey, I mean, if you know how to do it, definitely contact us. When is 1-inch token being released? I believe next month, basically September, which is this coming week. So anytime in September. Uniswap does have no token. Okay, do you think Loopring is the equivalent of DEX aggregator for central exchanges? I haven't looked into Loopring in a while, so I don't really know any major updates, unfortunately. Okay, lots of people have been talking about Falcon Swap. Okay, I'm not sure if that's trading. Let me take a look. Okay, looks like it is. Market cap 13 million. Let me see what exchanges. Uniswap has it. Okay, yeah, this one, I'm not sure this one will have TA. Are you able to pull that up? FSW? Uniswap coin?
Okay, let me see. Okay, waiting on the computer.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, it's up 59% today. Yeah, but it's low cap. Look, trading volume 8 million. Wow. Okay, I mean, Uniswap is moving markets. Okay. Yeah, very interesting.
Okay, so I have it here.
Okay, all right. So now we're taking a look at Falcon Swap. This is a. Let me pull up the site here as Bill pulls it up. The powerhouse of DeFi. So Falcon Swap is a layer 2 scaling solution built on Uniswap and further extendable to aggregate other DeFi platforms like Uniswap, Kuiper, Balancer, AirSwap, Bancor. Okay, so looks like it's competing with 1inch exchange. Layer 2 scaling solution. Okay, very, very interesting. Okay, but this is a pretty new coin. Okay, so Bill's gonna do a TA on it. All right.
So, we have this stop start type of price action.
Mm-hmm.
This is the type of stuff that I just would put in the lottery ticket moon bag. Like it's already gone up a lot, right? But since we're all out there looking for, number 3, it just can't hurt if you like it. That's what I say. If you see that start price action and you like it, go with it, because you don't know where the next big one's going to come from.
Right. Yeah. And to add to that, if you're going to be short-term trading or basically playing with your lotto moon bag, make sure you have proper risk management. Don't put more than, I would say, 1% of your portfolio into any short-term trade. That's basically a moon bag, all right? Because you definitely don't want to get wrecked. With that being said, tell us what you think. Are you bullish on Falcon Swap? Tell us down in the comments below. Okay, all right. Well, it's been a great show, Bill. So, any last words for our crypto family?
Friends, we thank you for tuning in and for your business. We sincerely appreciate it. Just remember that if you missed Chainlink and Yearn, and your friends caught it, and that makes you feel worse, don't let that affect the next trade.
Yeah, well said, well said. I mean, don't FOMO, right? Because in investing, there's always a rocket ship coming. I would say maybe in crypto, there's always a rocket ship coming every week in a bull run. All right, so if you missed the first rocket ship, just wait a week. There'll be a new rocket ship taking you to the moon and beyond. With that being said, thank you, crypto family. It was a pleasure. Thank you, Bill. Take care. Talk to you next week.
Take care.
Bye. Oh, man. Oh, man.
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle.
Okay, somebody's saying audio is muted. What audio? Taking you to the moon and beyond. Okay, audio is fine. I can hear. Pleasure. We're good. Okay, all right. So thank you, crypto family. It's been a heck of a live stream. We're on the verge of getting 10,000 subs back to back, right? Back to back. If you guys can see, I'm not sure if that's coming through. Right. Back to, where is it? Right, there we go. Back to back. Right on the quest for 100K plaque for subs. Okay, let me try to kind of go through any last questions we had, fire drill approach, and make sure we answer as many as we can. Okay, just give me 1 sec here. A billionaire recently voted Lend as one of the best projects out there in the UK. It has direct fiat to crypto bridge, and they are getting approval. Yeah, well, I mean, Aave Lend is a legit project for sure. Right, so that's kind of short answer. Do you think OneChain has any hope? Long term, no. Short term, yes. I mean, because Polkadot has been pumping, so there are more eyeballs now on that space, right? So interoperability. So some of that Polkadot magic dust will kind of sprinkle onto OneChain short term, but long term, not really. I think Polkadot and Cosmos have they're in the lead right now. What is your price prediction for Polkadot? I think right now it's good where it's at. Check Token Metrics. For the next few weeks, it's probably going to be flat, but check every few days to see when it updates. When is One releasing their token? Sometime in September, I believe. Okay. Hi, Ian. Will you be adding Luxo to Token Metrics? One of the founders is a creator of ERC20 standard. It's still sub $10 million market cap. Possibly. Teller and Pluton are some interesting projects. Teller was added to Binance. It has huge growth. Could you look at these? Teller is on Token Metrics already. Pluton, that one we haven't yet looked at, but thank you for bringing that to our attention. Any thoughts with Ethereum Classic and the third 51% attack this month? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy that it has so many bugs, right? I mean, so definitely not one to hold long term. So definitely don't hold that long term, just kind of based on how buggy it is. Okay, let me just refresh my page here real quick. Wanted to see if the indices have had a chance to update yet. Okay, sorry, just give me one question here. Okay, apologies. Just give me one sec. Okay, all right. Let's check comments on YouTube. Okay, yeah, audio is fine. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Great live stream. Once again, if you have any questions you want to submit for future shows, call 1-888-90-TOKEN. That's 1-888-90-TOKEN. It's toll free. Definitely enjoy hearing the voicemails and the questions you guys give. It's pretty cool. How can we know if your platform is valuable? Well, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, we're doing these live streams every single week, so just check the tape. All right. Okay. Let me rephrase that. Okay. So, question is, how can you know if Token Metrics is valuable? Right. Well, I mean, we have these live streams every single week where we share our analysis, our thoughts, price predictions, website, our ratings. Right. So just check our history, right, on the channel. Right. If you like the analysis, the calls, the research, then it's probably good for you. Then we also have other people out there who have reviewed our platform, right? And they're now become affiliates. We have Elio TV. Elio Trades, FUD TV. He has videos and content using Token Metrics. He recently had his 10 coins to 10 million video, which has over 100K views in a few weeks, where he used our platform to kind of cover coins he likes. We have Crypto Love. We have Ivan on Tech as a customer. We have who else? We have BitBoy Crypto, who's been making videos every single month on Token Metrics. So go check all their videos and all their content. We have reviews done. Go just type in Token Metrics reviews. So right, there's so many people out there just kind of talking about Token Metrics now, right? So go through, do your research. We also have videos on our site. So if you just go to tokenmetrics.com, right? If you go down to the bottom, right, we have these videos here, right? So this is BitBoy Crypto talking about how he goes through to find winning coins with Token Metrics. This is my interview with Crypto Love. This is Crypto Busy showing how they find coins under $1 with Token Metrics. So there are many ways to kind of go through and kind of see what people are saying about Token Metrics. Then there's also if you just go to Google Token Metrics review, right? There are reviews here, right? So we have Product Hunt reviews, 12 5-star reviews. Then BitBoy Crypto had an article on Token Metrics. Then let me take a look. This is a video from Crypto Mining. Then we had, where's this? There was one other one from, then it is this other one from Publish 0x. Not sure. I think that was one of the affiliates in India. Right, we had one from, was it OJ Jordan? He had a good review on us. Yeah, Crypto Corner, right? So check this out as well. He basically goes through how he kind of goes through his take on Token Metrics, which is positive. I mean, so there's lots of just general feedback in general, right? So I think based off of that, obviously we're biased because we built a product, but I mean, we think it's a very, very valuable product. Not even sure if I'm able to show you this, but let me just take a look and see. Yeah, because I don't want to give away personal information, right? But what I can do, right? This is our NPS score, right? Because just to kind of keep things very, very transparent, right? So NPS score for Token Metrics, this is basically our customers giving feedback, right? In terms of what they think of our product. So NPS score of 44, right? So to kind of give you perspective, if you just go to Google, type in what is a good NPS score, right? Anything above 20 is considered favorable, right? And anything above 50 is excellent, right? So 44 is very good, right? Let me see. They got a picture here, right? So, okay, yeah, here we go. This picture probably works, right? So a good NPS score is basically 0 to 30. Great is 30 to 70. Excellent is 70 to 10, right? And to keep things very, very transparent, our score right now is 44, right? And since April, right? Because April, we understand that there were some bugs we were fixing, but we've been on the up and up, right? And we're constantly going to our customers, getting feedback, right? Obviously, Token Metrics is not perfect, right? I'm not trying to sit here and tell you guys it's 100% perfect, right? Because most people like it, right? Most people find it good, but it's not for everybody, right? So you definitely do have to apply yourself. But I mean, we think we've built a very good product, and the fact that the NPS score is very good, kind of from feedback from our customers, which is more objective, right? Because score of 44, and if you go here, right, good is 0 to 30, and we're basically at great, and we're trying to get to excellent, right? So we think when we keep on evolving, and we kind of, I think how we get to excellent is once we automate the trading. I think that's how we get to excellent, right? Because before we had the ratings, it was good. Once we launched the indices, we went to great. And now to go from great to excellent, once we automate things, right? We automated, we add alerts, we fix the bugs. Yeah, I think that's kind of how we get to excellent. So that's kind of my take in terms of why I think Token Metrics is valuable. But I mean, just going to the growth, right? I probably cannot show. I don't think I can pull this up, but let me see if I can. But I mean, the growth, right? I mean, Token Metrics has grown more than 180% this month, right? I mean, to kind of just, let me see what I can share without giving away too much. Okay, maybe I cannot share too much. All right, okay, how about this? Okay, so this is the growth rate of Token Metrics. Just this month alone. I mean,
we just landed on the moon and the
I mean, first of all, thank you, crypto family. I mean, because this is incredible. 192% in August. This is growth for number of customers, right? I mean, because our biggest month prior to that was May, the Bitcoin halving, where we had 113% growth. Then we had 10% growth, I believe, and actually, I can pull up the metrics, right? To kind of just go month by month, right? We grew 9.6% in March, 22% in April, 113% in May, 10% in June, 60% in July, 193% in August, right? And September might be a pretty big month as well, because putting this in perspective, as you get bigger, it gets even more challenging to grow at a very large rate, right? To kind of give you perspective, like most SaaS companies, like growing 20% a month is pretty good, right? So the fact that we were averaging 40% growth rate a month before we blew up in July and August, right? But if you had any doubts that we were in a bull run, well, we're definitely in a bull run. But not only that, right? Putting things even in more perspective, this is the future of investing. People want AI and crypto, and we're giving people ownership in the future, ownership in these trends, because AI is the future. We've seen what's happening with AI, with Elon Musk, with OpenAI, right? With GPT-3, right? With what's that thing? Neuralink, right? Right? AI is the future, and crypto is the future, and we're merging the best of both worlds to make you a smarter investor. I mean, nobody else is doing this. I mean, that's why even our YouTube channel is blowing up, right? I mean, because here, let me pull up this as well, right? Because Crypto Family, I mean, you guys have been very helpful, right? So just want to make sure, just kind of give value back. So we definitely appreciate all the growth and everything, right? So let me pull up the analytics on our YouTube channel, right? So going to our audience, right? So let me just pull this up here real quick. So our channel, the Token Metrics channel, which is a new channel, right? This is different from my personal channel. This channel has grown 129% in the last 28 days. 129%, right? So everything is blowing up, right? I mean, our channel is basically doubling each month. And I think that really is a testament to us finding a problem people want solved. Because yes, we know in crypto, everyone's trying to tokenize everything, but let's be real, right? Most of these problems nobody wants solved, right? People trying to tokenize marketing. Do you really want tokenized marketing? Not really. With Token Metrics, I mean, what we're trying to solve is we want to help people in crypto make money. We want to help crypto investors become smarter investors. I mean, that's the biggest problem in crypto. I mean, the biggest problem, because from being in the crypto space since 2016, for 4 years, the biggest problem people have in crypto is what coin to buy, right? Because how many times do we come on the AMA, people say, Ian, Bill, what coin to buy, right? What coin, can you guys give me a coin to buy, right? We're solving that problem, right? We're giving people in real time what cryptocurrencies they should have in their portfolio. Obviously, it's just our research, our opinion, right? Not financial advice, but we help them answer that question. The biggest question in all of crypto: what cryptocurrencies should you invest in, right? We help them answer that question through our research platform, right? And then the second most important question and problem in crypto: when do I sell, right? When do I buy? When do I sell? We help people answer that. We help answer that using artificial intelligence, machine learning, and human capital, right? Myself, Bill, our team. So we're bringing the best of both worlds to help answer the most important question. Because, I mean, I don't know how many times people ask whether any of the other things in crypto are really helping them solve the biggest questions they have, right? But if you go in all the Telegram groups, all the different communities, those are the biggest questions, right? What do I buy? When do I sell? Right? Because people want to make money, right? Because we're investors, traders, whatever, right? But that's what we're solving. So this is a huge market. I mean, the sky is the limit. Actually, I'm sorry. No, the sky is not the limit. There is no limit, right? Because this is literally going to the moon and beyond. Because think about this. How big is this problem? How big is the stock market? How big is the investing space, right? If you go to Robinhood, Vanguard has a bunch of money, right? Let me see if I can pull up the AUM for Vanguard, right? So if we just give me a second here as I do a search, right? Vanguard, I should know this because I did research this some time back, right? Vanguard has $6.2 trillion under management. This is $1 trillion industry. So translation, this is $1 trillion problem we're trying to solve. And if we think crypto is the future, then we definitely need this solved for crypto as well, right? And lots of people have been talking about YFI, Yearn Finance. So if we pull that up here again, right? So just give me a second. Yearn Finance. So let's pull it up here on CoinMarketCap, right? So what exactly is Yearn Finance, and why is Yearn Finance blowing the hell up? Right? It's number 25 in market cap. $1 billion market cap in less than 2 months. $1 billion market cap in less than 2 months. How the heck does a project do that? Right? For those who don't know, right? If we go to Yearn Finance, they're helping people solve that same issue, right? Let me see if I can pull it up. Right? They help people. Okay, here, I'll just kind of speak to it. Yearn Finance is basically a trading bot or robo-advisor for helping people earn yield on stablecoins. Right? That was kind of like the first product and the first major product, right? They basically said, give us the money, our smart contracts, which will go through and help you make more money, essentially, right? They help automate the process of yield farming and earning yield on stablecoins, right? And that, I mean, just on stablecoins, that was $1 billion. Now it's $1 billion project. Now imagine what would happen if we took that same concept, right? Kind of like imagine Token Metrics, right? Because what we're trying to do is solve that same issue, but not for stablecoins, for all cryptocurrencies, right? Because I mean, just think about that. Not just stablecoins. We want to help people using our ratings, our AI, find out what cryptocurrencies are good investments, when to get in, when to get out, kind of like what YFI is doing, but with all of crypto, which we think is a bigger market, right? Because they're also bigger returns, bigger gains, right? And then, right, so we've built the rating system, the AI, we've built the indices, and now the next step is automating the indices. Right. So imagine if we kind of built a smart contract platform, right? Or just software that would automate our indices for people, right? So, I mean, if stablecoins can get $1 billion market cap, what can automating all of crypto do? I mean, Vanguard has a trillion AUM, a trillion, right? So that's 12 zeros. That's not $1 billion. That's $1 trillion, right? So, I mean, to the moon and beyond. I mean, to the moon and beyond, because it's not just about us making money, right? Because we could have just kept our AI to ourselves, launched a hedge fund, whatever. But to me, like, my ethos has never really been about making the rich richer, right? Because I mean, I didn't come from wealth. For those who kind of know my background and story, I was born in Kampala, Uganda, came to America with my family when I was 8 years old, and we weren't rich, right? My dad was getting his PhD at Penn State, his doctorate in civil engineering, and he was basically a broke grad student, right? With a family, right? With my mom, my older brother, basically a family of four, trying to make ends meet. And we didn't really get much financial success until like my parents, I would say until after high school, until college, right? Because it was tough being an immigrant here in America, just trying to come up, right? So we've been through the struggle, right? I mean, like having to even kind of basically get free lunch at school, right? I mean, because things were like that, right? I mean, obviously we weren't like homeless per se, but I mean, we weren't like balling, right? So I definitely didn't come from like a very wealthy family at all, right? So I come from very humble beginnings, and that's always been in my ethos, right? Even when I made money, right, I always wanted to give back to people and help other people come up, right? Because I had the opportunity to basically launch a hedge fund, right? Lots of institutions came to me, other hedge funds who invest into funds of funds, were telling me, hey, Ian, launch a fund, we want to invest in you. I had other whales telling, hey, Ian, we like your ratings, your analysis. Back in 2017, we want to invest in you, right? Launch a fund, like here. I'll basically give you a check for like 100 grand in Bitcoin, whatever, right? And I thought about it hard, but to me, it was more about economic empowerment for everybody, right? It wasn't really about helping the top 1% get richer, right? Because to me, it was really about helping the common man and woman make life-changing wealth, right? Because people saw me turn 20 grand into over 5 million, right? They saw me do that in 1 year through crypto. And that's kind of always been like my story, right? Helping people get crypto retirement, right? So to me, to help people who already have millions in the bank make more money is not really that satisfying. Right? I get more satisfaction from seeing somebody who had a regular job, got into crypto, right? And we were able to help them retire, right? And basically become self-employed, quit the job, maybe the job they didn't like, and now they can travel the world and do whatever they like, right? Financial freedom, right? So to me, financial freedom is something you can only give to people who don't have it, right? You can't give financial freedom to somebody who already has financial freedom, right? So that's why like launching a hedge fund didn't really do it for me, right? So that's kind of my story, right? So I know I've kind of been rambling a lot, but hey, I mean, just want to kind of put that out there because you guys have been great to us, and we want to keep on taking all of our crypto family to the moon, right? Because it's not just about us, it's about taking everyone to the moon, right? So thank you, crypto family. Thank you, Token Metrics family. It's been great. It's been a joy. It's been a pleasure, right? I mean, and it's been real. I mean, because I've been working on Token Metrics on the idea since I took down the spreadsheet back in January 2018. I was kind of thinking about, okay, how do I take the spreadsheet and take this to the next level? I know lots of people have been asking about the spreadsheet, saying, Ian, bring the spreadsheet back, but we have Token Metrics, right? So kind of like as Jay-Z says, if you want the old stuff, buy the old albums, right? But we have better stuff. We have better technology, better innovation. We have AI now. Everything is automated. So I think this is really the future, and it's great that so many people are hopping on board the rocket ship and coming to the moon with us, right? Because that's why we're doing these live streams, right? Like technically Bill left about 20 minutes ago, but I'm still here talking, right? I'm doing this on a Sunday. I could be playing video games, I could be watching Netflix, but I'm here with you, crypto family, because this is what it's about, right? Education is how we change, right? So I know there's lots of stuff happening with just social justice, and I think I'm definitely not one to protest. That's just not kind of my personality. But I think the ways to give back through education, right? Through live streams like this, right? So regardless of the color of your skin, whether you're black, brown, white, Asian, Middle Eastern, whatever, right? All of us can come together, kumbaya, regardless of where you are in life, whether you're trying to make ends meet, whether you've already made money, you have 6 figures, $1 million, whatever, we can all unite and we can all learn, right? Because I think that regardless of who you are, if you're willing to put in the work and learn, you should be able to achieve your goals and dreams, right? So that's kind of why I've always liked videos and live streams, because live streams, everything just flows live. Like there is no filter. Everything just flows live. It is what it is, right? I think it's more authentic, right? It's less scripted. Like these live streams, honestly, I mean, you guys probably know this by now, but there is no script. Like literally, me and Bill pull up Sunday 6 p.m. We're like, what do we cover today? Like there is no script at all, right? It's just, I mean, because it's pretty transparent. We just pull up, okay, what's been trending this week, Wi-Fi, whatever, right? We ask our audience, right? Because this is really a show driven by you, right? So whatever you guys want to talk about is what we talk about. And we aren't really, I mean, okay, Bill does do some kind of like prep work because he has to do TA, right? So he kind of covers some projects we've covered with a private group, right? But in general, sometimes Bill's doing TA live on the air, right? And that's kind of, and we think we have really found a gap in the market. Because I don't really know many YouTubers who like doing live streams like we do. I mean, I know some YouTubers do like live streams and TA, but I don't think they're really doing like the AMA, like rapid fire on the spot, right? They typically kind of just do their thing, then they answer a few questions. But we really like this live interactive format with our audience, right? Crypto therapy, where you guys call in, leave voicemails. We love that a lot. So, I mean, with that being said, crypto family, it's been real. I mean, thank you all for joining Token Metrics. It's been a pleasure. I mean, almost 200% growth in 1 month, right? So that's just a testament to you, to everybody out there, right? It tells us that you guys love the product and helps us want to make it even better. Right, so we're in the process of adding more people on the team, scaling up. So stay tuned, stay tuned. I mean, this is just starting. This is just the beginning, right? So if you guys believed in crypto, if you guys believed in Token Metrics, thank you. I mean, because you guys who are here with us on the live stream, you're the ones who were there with us shooting in the gym, right? So when we blow up, we will never forget you, right? So we want you guys to blow up with us, right? Because it's a team effort, right? Because this kind of reminds me of a quote by Oprah Winfrey that says, you want people that, I'm sorry, you don't want people who want to take the bus with you if the limo breaks down. Right? And as somebody who's been through a bull run in crypto before, oh man, I mean, when I blew up, the amount of people who came out of the woodworks wanting to take the limo with me, oh man, like the whole world was trying to hop in the limo with me, right? But guess what? When the ICO bubble popped, and ICOs were not cool anymore, right? And then Sparkster happened, and all this happened. I mean, and that was the poster child, right? Because that was the biggest name in ICOs, right? So as a result, there was lots of FUD thrown onto my name, onto my company's name, and everything. But I mean, yes, I mean, it definitely was not good, right? But thank you to everybody who stayed there with us, right? Through thick and thin. Thank you to everybody who who got off the limo with us and took the bus with us, right? So thank you, everybody, crypto family. You will not be forgotten. Token Metrics is blowing up, and you will not be forgotten, right? So that's all I can kind of say. But yeah, I mean, crypto family has been legit. So thank you, everybody. Quick question: any plans on launching a mobile app? It is in the future roadmap, right? So we definitely do want to have a mobile app in the future. But I mean, going back to what I said, right? I mean, because you guys have made us, so we will always find ways to kind of give back, right? And right now, we're on the verge of getting our new Token Metrics channel to 10,000 subscribers, right? And it's been doubling every month. I mean, because people are probably wondering, why did I make a new channel, right? So the reason I made a new channel was my first channel got basically shadow banned by YouTube, right? So YouTube basically put a blanket ban on anything ICOs, and my channel was like the biggest ICO channel, right? Because back then ICOs were hot. So to a point where like I would post videos, and some videos would just get ghosted, where they wouldn't appear in searches. And I tried talking to their support and everything. They would kind of fix it, but after a while they'll ban it again. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna make a new channel. And this new channel, I thought people would migrate over, but we only had like early on, like last year, like about 500 people joined us. All right, but hey, guess what? And because people thought like, hey, Yearn fell off, the spreadsheet fell off, ICOs fell off. But guess what? Now that we're about to hit 10K subs, and we're doubling each month, right? We're about to make a new. I mean, because I'm kind of thinking out there, right? I'm kind of projecting out loud. But if we get this channel back to 100K, this new channel, that will be 2 channels back to back 100K, right? And I mean, it's pretty crazy, right? So I'm just kind of flowing right now. But even Token Metrics, right? I haven't really shared this, but I mean, Token Metrics, we've now been live. We launched Black Friday, November 28th, right? So basically we had December and basically 8 months. So we've been around for essentially 9 months, right? And I can now say that Token Metrics, I mean, because I put in over $2 million of my own money. I mean, at this point, probably even more, probably like over 3 million, right? But so, I mean, going through the bear market, trying to put in, I was basically burning money, and people thought I was crazy. And I told myself, you know what? I see the big picture. Like, this is something that people want. And I mean, I can't front. At times, there were moments where literally we had like 2 weeks of runway, right? Where like I was going to be out of money to like keep this going. Because I mean, funding this entire team, like doing this AI and everything, is not cheap, right? And we've raised no VC capital. I was just putting in my own money, right? I mean, then probably a month or so before launching, I did kind of get some money from just family and friends just to kind of like angel invest, but it wasn't even much. It was only like 25, 30K just to kind of give some runway to keep everything afloat until we launched, right? But then kind of now, actually even in end of January, right? I actually had to like furlough the part of the team. I would say most of the team actually. I had to furlough most of the team for a good like three months or so, right? This was probably a month or so before the pandemic really kind of peaked, right? But yeah, I mean, because things were bleak, man. Like this was not just some like rosé, champagne, and caviar, right? This was blood, sweat, and tears, right? And now Token Metrics for the last 3 months, now each month is now profitable to a point now we can really kind of start to reinvest and kind of scale the team up again, right? And now like Token Metrics has hit 7 figures, right? So I mean, basically from 0 to 7 figures in 9 months, right? So that's just a testament to you guys, right? So thank you, crypto family. It's been real. With that being said, I'll see you all next week, Sundays, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Bring the heat, bring the questions. Be sure to call in, leave any voicemails you have. 1-888-90-TOKEN, 1-8890-TOKEN. Send in your questions. And with that being said,
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
the moon is not the limit.
Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle.
To the moon and beyond. Thank you, crypto family. I'll see you next time.
Life-changing money to a point where you can buy your mom and dad a brand new house, right? You can pay off your college loans. You can invest in your future, not have to work again, pursue your dreams, your passion, not have to have a job, work that 9-to-5 grind, right? Break the system, hack the system. This is what this show is all about.
They said relax but never retire. Feeling detached, never inspired. They told me relax but I can't retire. I'm feeling detached, never inspired. Like I would live on but never alive. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. You would die. The corporate life is so redundant when your freedom isn't free. It comes to being someone, just believe that you can be. And now how can I have hunger when they tell me when to eat? How can I lead others when they tell me who to meet? Then they tell me when to come and then they tell me when to leave. They say how much they give and then forget how much I need. It's the precious to succeed with the lessons of the greed. I question who to be and saw this message is in me. I gotta know.
Life-changing money.
I wanna work for myself, I gotta work for myself, I gotta go.
You can invest in your future,
Bring
not have to work
spirits to the
again,
moon, put nerves on the shelf, I gotta know.
pursue your dreams, your
I
passion,
wanna stay free or want the safety, I gotta go.
break the system, hack the system.
Although they paid me,
This is what the
they
show's
never
all
made
about.
me. I wanna relax, forever retire. I wanna detach, I'm feeling inspired. They told me relax, but I can't retire. I gotta detach, gotta decide. They got me thinking I would live on, but never rely. You know the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They living a lie. Now here's the mission, die or decide. You or die now. Hey, I will never be a wage slave. I gotta stay made. Hey, I used to see this in the 8th grade. Wasn't a day late. Hey, I found the love that I was seeking, life that I'm leading. Hey, now I can do this every weekend, cause I'm a free man. I was in Tokyo, riding the job wheel, the rodeo, dancing with the devil for payment. I couldn't do-si-do, but I was driven. The mission gave me an open road. Made a decision to whip him like it's a motor show. 6-figure slave, I was paid, wasn't well though. Heard of crypto underground, it became my railroad. Started making earnest money, it's for whom the bell tolls. Went from wishing for sales closed to sales. Now I can relax, forever retire. Now I'm detached, forever inspired. Now I can relax, forever retire. I had to detach, had to decide. And now I'm thinking I can live on and not just survive. You know this system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs and give on. They live in a lie. I made a mission, die or decide. Do or die now, crypto retire. time it, yeah, that's where my mind went. Started thinking higher, now they can't hire my time spent. No, not retire like 65 when your job ends. More like an island, and if I'm by it, I buy it. Free travel, dealerships we dabble. I reign like Leeds Castle, you reign like Seattle. We went from sheep cattle to eating beef and mackerel at feast. No lassos, just beliefs me in a saddle. You gotta know.
Like life changing, like
you wanna work for yourself, you gotta work for yourself, you gotta go.
Not have to work again.
Raise spirits to the moon, putting nerves on the shelf, you gotta know.
Pursue your dreams, your passion.
You wanna stay free or want the safety, you gotta go.
This is what the show is all about.
Although they paid you, they never made you. No, we can relax, forever retire. Now we detach, forever inspired. Now we can relax, forever retire. We had to detach, had to decide. And now we know that we can live on and not just survive. We left the system, AM till 5. They try to say our jobs are give on, they live in a lie. We made a mission, diet decide, do or die now.
I'm here to put you guys on and share all the different resources and tips I come across in my journey to making $1 million and making $1 billion, right? I'm trying to share this with the world for free. I'm not here to sell you some $2,000 course, ebook, webinar, whatever, right? I'm here to put you guys on the game for free, open source, right? The same model as blockchain, Bitcoin, or these cryptocurrencies. I'm here to share everything with you guys.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com. Disclaimer: Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.